Weirdos, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and all that stuff. I apologise for this around my eyes. I am ill again. Anyway, so most of you saw I did an investigation with the Ouija brothers. There was a strange voice captured. I never claimed it to be paranormal. I couldn't tell what it was, whether it was me. I said I don't remember burping, I don't remember speaking. Steve then posted his camera footage with the lapel mic that I was wearing for his footage. And the same thing was captured, but was a bit longer. But we still couldn't work out what it was. So I asked Mr. Grey in a live stream to check it out. Mr. Grey checked it out and was like, I think that might be you talking under your breath. And the reason I think that is the lapel mic picked up more of it and louder, whereas the camera you're holding out there, it sounded further away and it picked up less of it. Makes perfect sense. And now people are saying that I faked it. I don't fake anything without clearly stating in a video that this video is full of more than the usual amount of BS, etc. I'm almost lost as to why people would think I fake. Now, Mr. Grey stated clearly in his video, I'm not saying that any of the parties involved faked anything. It could be a simple mistake. Now, it could still be paranormal, could be, but logic would say I've probably, when you get like the throat burp, or maybe even Steve said I'm putting the camera down and I've said I'm putting the camera down, or okay, or something. And because I said it's so quiet, the compression of the microphone messed it up. I don't know. I'm not an audio technician. However, my son is, and he's going to look at it at some point, but he's worked all night on a music show. So I didn't fake anything. And please be nice to Mr. Grey. I asked him to look at it. He hasn't debunked me out of spite or out of nastiness. He's done it because I asked him, Mrs. Geek asked him, the community asked him. Most people know, without a shadow of a doubt, I will not fake. I would never disrespect the Ouija brothers. I would never disrespect the Ouija brothers community. I wouldn't disrespect myself, and I wouldn't disrespect this community. I wouldn't be stupid enough to ask Mr. Grey to debunk it if I'd faked it. And finally, if I was gonna fake something, it wouldn't be what sounds like a fart coming out of my face. There are a great many things that I have debunked that I could do better and put into a video if I wanted to create a fake haunting video. The real haunted house video I did, I purposely made it look bad so people could work out for themselves how I did it. There is a part 2 coming, and I'm going to hide things a lot better. But then I'm going to show you how I did it. Right, that's that bit of clearing house done. Second protocol, really haunted. Now I'm going to need to open my Discord server. Link will be in the description down below because we now have a Beardo Get Scared Discord server. You can join, you can chat with the community away from the comment section because stuff gets lost in there. Somebody sent me some screenshots. I'm not going to mention the name because they haven't said, you know, ooh, you can use our name. And these comments are from Lee. That's really haunted. And it's basically him sounding off for people questioning him. And then he says, honestly, we get people saying all sorts. To be brutally honest, they really are all clueless idiots out to make a few bucks off my name. Wow. Right in the feels, Lee. The portal is clearly not the lamp. If it was, it would be there all the time, which is exactly what I pointed out. It is always there, just really faintly. So your argument is just highlighting the fact that you are full of shit. As for my daughter, she doesn't live in this house. She has a job and a life, unlike the people who talk about me. Lee, I actually own a 5-bedroom house. I own 2 cars. I own 2 motorcycles. I have a full-time job. I stream on Twitch. I create videos on YouTube. I edit everything myself. And I have 2 wonderful children with full-time jobs that work their asses off, that own their own vehicles, and didn't run off with proving demons when they were 16 years old. Ugh, just saying. Somebody did comment though, really haunted, not nice to call people clueless idiots for having an opinion. I hope whatever it is never leaves. I like that guy. Lee reported, opinions are very welcome. I don't mind that. I am happy for people to believe whatever they want. It's the hate certain people create, which was likely why 2 people vandalised my car and walked into my house while me and my wife were sat on the sofa. Firstly, you had no video evidence that that ever happened. Secondly, your car was vandalised long before, and people apparently walked into your house long before I even had this channel and I'd found your crap content. Just saying. Now, Lee, what you need to take into account is you are taking the piss out of people's beliefs. And people may get annoyed at that. And that's why they'll key your car. Maybe it's all the people you ripped off. Your haunted event that you put on, sold tickets for, people never got their money back. Maybe that's why your car was keyed. Don't blame us debunkers. All we are doing is showing your bad editing, your overlaid sounds, and you used to do some really god-awful digital trickery. You are a liar, you are a fleecer, and you are abusing the copyright system. How am I making a couple of bucks off you when you keep content claiming me and copyright claiming me? His general attitude is, I'm not faking, debunkers are horrible people. Really? Now, Lee, am I capable of being a horrible person? Absolutely I am. Do I go harder at you and Lainey and Ben than anyone else? Yes, I do. Because you and them are the most disrespectful, manipulative people on the platform. Now, I've said a lot about proving demons and exploring with Danny. What they do is their thing. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. But they don't emotionally manipulate people like you. They don't have people sending hearts and prayers and thoughts and religious artifacts and all the rest of it to them. A lot of their audiences know it's fake and they're just there for the ride. You maintain that you are under attack by a demonic entity, or Vlad the Impaler, and every time one of us debunkers shows you out for what you are, you change your content and go to something you've done before that you think we'll miss for a little bit. You are a scumbag, you are a cheat, you are a charlatan. I'm not going to show most of it because you'll just copyright claim it, and most of it is you laying on your bed talking into the camera. So this is what he treats his audience to, his paying members. This is OnlyFans gone wrong. Right, this is going to be heavily cut because of his copyright claiming. Oh, the first time I watched this, I didn't realise Stacey was under there, still comatose. Now what he does here is he has a conversation to camera while she's sleeping. I've moved the camera over. Basically, he says, all the activity is always on this side of the room, so I've moved the camera over here. Something that people have been asking for ages. But why has he suddenly done it now? Because he is narrating a story and he knows what's coming next. As far as I know, he's not ever shown this angle, and if he has, it was so long ago that I haven't had a channel in the time that he's done it. Suddenly, he puts the camera facing this way, and something happens. Something we've seen before one time, and it was creepy then. So he gives his bullshit excuse as to why he's put the camera there, which is to distract from the fact that he's swapping the camera angle because he knows what he's about to do. Now, it is also important, this. Every clock in his house is always blurred out. The reason he does that is when he's doing his artifacting, is adding in the black orbs, he has to mask. And if he masks and he goes frame by frame, and he makes a mistake, he has to go back, he may have to take a frame out here and there, and then that clock will give him away. So he blurs it out. And later on, you'll see that this has been overlaid. So we get a few minutes of him laying there, just making ASMR slurpy noises. His dog licking his own butt. Gets a black orb. He coughs. Uh-oh, he's been possessed. Piss off, Lee. Then he does this. That is messed up, Lee. He does this for over 5 minutes. Whilst doing this, this dog gets distressed. The dog is already freaked out. Now, he's not sleepwalking, he is acting. And he is acting like a complete prick. Now, clearly, the dog being distressed has gone to check on Stacy. The dog is being protective. It stood over it. It's making whining noises. That dog ain't happy. Now, this is where the issue with the clock starts. Lee, your mask is showing through your nostrils. Oh dear. Now, that's a side table, and he's angled away from it, leaning in towards Stacy. Yet we can see that through his nose. Is his nose transparent? I don't think he's a cocaine addict that's ruined his septum. Why is that see-through, Lee? Even when he bends further down, did you see it? Did you see it? I hate doing that. I can't stand puke. His mask is slipping all around there. This is horrible. Now, she has to be in on it. Because if I recorded something like this to make money, put it up on the internet, and Mrs. Geek saw me doing this without her knowledge, she'd throw my fat ass out. The hell do you think you're doing? Well, that's weird. Get out, you creep. She might not, but you know what I mean. She's gonna be pissed. Also worth noting, as he's moving there, the mask is jumping because he's tried to track it and it's started to track his head when it's moving in front of it. In fact, I'm going to splice something in here and I'll show you how a mask works, and when it starts to track something wrong, I'll show you. It'll be me and a mirror, and the track is going to get confused between the reflection and the back of my head, and it'll pull the mirror for a frame. I'll leave that in here for you. Now here, this is where it takes an even more disgusting turn. This is when he starts touching his wife's head. Now that's his wife. She's probably agreed to it. That is fine. I'm not saying anything about that. What I am saying is, watch the dog when the dog gets protective of Stacy, and watch the way he looks at his dog. Even if he's only acting, the death stare he gives his dog is wrong. And he'll have scared his dog. The dog's gone for him there. Look at that look. That is not how you treat a pet to get your views in, Lee. This is wrong. That look is you do that again, I'll batter you. Now, the last video I commented he nearly kicked that dog. He waved his foot as if to kick the dog. The dog's fucking scooted. If I didn't know any better, I'd say these dogs are nervous of him. That dog is distressed. That dog is fearful. And you think that's fine. And I'm the idiot. And I'm the nasty one. And I'm the one sending hate. You're damn right. If you want to treat an animal that way, I've got hate. I mean, is your wife even complicit in this? Or are you just like, you will do as you're told? Because that's how you're coming across. Then he moves off. All the time staring at the dog, and Stacy sits on the floor. Sits there for ages. But then something makes a noise in his house that probably wasn't part of the video. Now, he's sleepwalking, but watch his reaction to it. Now, what that was Stacy snoring. The dog looked that way. Lee has probably thought, I'll overlay something there, and I'll look that way. You wouldn't react to a sound like that when you're sleepwalking, Lee. You've undone your own narrative here. So we get more sitting, more staring. This goes on for 17 minutes, this video. And then he does this. I think he sniffed her. So he gets into bed, puts a pillow over Stacy's head, and pretty much lays on top of it, just to make sure he's in camera, because he's an egotistical... Who the hell lays in a bed like that? And then he has a coughing fit. He's expelled the demon. Expelled the demon and then proceeds. He expels the demon and then proceeds to stare his dog out. Look at his dog's mannerisms. Ears down, tail not wagging. That dog is scared. Now the dog's realised he's stopped staring. And that entire thing was way too far. It was actually disgusting. I don't know what other words I've got. Lee. I don't do this very often. You're banned from the internet. Yeah. So's your wife. Right, one more thing, and this isn't really haunted related, Lainey and Ben related. Okay, so I get some Instagram shots emailed to me. I don't have Instagram. I'll never have Instagram. I think it's a dog shit platform that just breeds toxicity and ugh. Last bit, Lainey and Ben. Right, has anyone heard of this guy? Barry Guy. Now, he runs a TV program, Help My House is Haunted. He often got Lainey and Ben. Lainey and Ben never got back to him. And then there's this big Instagram thing between them. Where Lainey and Ben say, you can't come round because the house is rented. Your house is rented? I've rented many houses before I bought this one. None of them gave me the option of which flooring to pick. You get what you're given when you rent a house. It's the landlord's house, not yours. So anyway, they get into a bit of an Instagram spat where they make out that they've tried to respond and never got anything, blah blah blah, and they tried to lie the way out of a paranormal channel, Help My House is Haunted, coming round to their house. Now, Help My House is Haunted. Now, this guy is going to go to their house to prove that the haunting is real because he's a real paranormal investigator. This was also sent to me via email. Or Patreon, or Discord, or whatever. I've got so many things open at the moment. Now, what this is Barry Guy attacked by a spirit caught on XCam SLS. As we all know, the SLS shouldn't be used in this manner. You can't move it. It has to be stationary. Anyway, he tracks a couple of spirits. It's a load of shite.
Can you step towards me, please?
Look, he's got a spirit.
I think his name is
There.
Harry. When we were standing outside.
Oh!
Oh, you okay?
I've been hit in the face.
This intrepid ghost investigator that wants to go and prove Lainey and Ben right once and for all is a faker. Because in his own footage, the stick figure that was being tracked, probably a crack in the wall, run at him and smacked him in the face, but he didn't move on the footage. Lainey and Ben, you may as well invite this guy around, because all he will do is create more fake crap to make you look real. He's one of you. But they can't even take the risk of this guy going round in and saying, do you know what, nothing's happened. There are a whole host of paranormal investigating teams asking these large YouTube channels, can we come round to your house and investigate and give you A, the clarity that you're seeking, B, the help that you seem to need, and C, make you relevant, show that this is real. And they all say no. Why is that? Why would they say no? Now, there was a Welsh YouTuber, I can't even find the channel, that went around Lainey and Ben's in the early days. And they got shit-faced and were like, ooh, look, ghosties, ah. The guy, his channel is as bad as theirs. He went round just to get his own name out there, get some clout by saying they're real, and faked all night while they were drunk. It was pathetic. So guys, there it is. Lee thinks I'm an idiot, whilst being an idiot. Lee, keep thinking I'm an idiot. I'm smarter than you. I keep creating better content than you. I keep pulling your content apart. Lainey and Ben probably think I'm an idiot. They won't even summon my name in case I appear. But I'm not going anywhere. I am going to keep picking you fakers apart. Really haunted. Lee, Thank you for watching my comments. Thank you for watching my content. I really appreciate the fact that you spend the time to watch my content and use my own insults I use against you against me. Bravo! Lee, all you've done now, after months and months and months, is prove you are watching my content. And while you watch my content, you're learning from my content, and then you stop doing things that I debunk, try something else. Stop doing that when I debunk it, go to something else. You've just proved everything I've ever said about you as correct. I've said things like, you ruffled the beard. Ooh, I don't care if you call me an idiot. I call myself an idiot. I call myself fat. I call myself all manner of names in the name of comedy. Because for the most part, I don't take myself too seriously. This is fun for me, Lee. I have fun debunking your channel. I have fun showing fakers for what they are. Yes, you're all pieces of excrement. Yes, you're all fleecing. But I have fun showing how easy it is to fake like you. Now then, let me know what you think of the mirror reflection thing. I tried to track it properly, and it didn't quite work. I was going to delete it, and then when I saw what he did with the clock and it moved and followed his face, I was like, that's masking, because I've done the exact same thing. The tracking tracked the wrong thing. So let me know what you think. I'm going to try and do a better job of that for the next really haunted house. My house is really haunted. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Much love. Beardo out.